Anything changed here? If it did, I wouldn't even know. Probably not, though. Oh. I can't even examine. Okay. Going to Sholmes' place? Y'all home? Hmm? Was that Cosmo's mask? I don't remember the 3 dots. I don't know what that is. I don't even know how to pronounce that. What was that? A man screaming in a most unflattering way. Do you think... Could it have been Mr. Sholmes? Oh my, I do hope not. I don't even know how to begin any of this. Isn't that man's index finger too short given how long his other whatever. Oh, it's okay, I guess. Mon ami. I wasn't ready for this. Stop this disgraceful display. Who are these people? Look at their hair. It's bright red. I think they must be clients of Mr. Sholmes. Oh, Gina! I don't even like... Right, you two. You coming with me now. Down to the clink. It's dark and damp and I don't like it. Is this a girl or a boy? I guess it doesn't matter, but at the same time... Oh, the darkness, it is my friend. I am not scared. You're always scared in the dark. I don't know what to make of this. I'm very... Shut your mouth, you idiot! I will sit quietly in the dark and plan our next daring heist. Heist? They're robbers? I don't like this. I don't like it. Well, tough. We'll finish this down at the yard. Now get moving. What? I cannot understand this character on the left. Oh my god, there's so many different people. Bye then, Ginny. Have fun. I don't know what to make of it. Oh yeah, thanks, Iris. And thanks, you're a great detective. I don't want to see these two. I don't want to see these two anymore. I know we're gonna have to, but I don't want to see them anymore. Gina makes a fine detective herself, doesn't she? Oh, Susie and Uno. Hello, Iris. We're home. Tadaima. Oh, wait, I guess they wouldn't say tadaima. Well, did you find your daddy? Yes, we arrived at the hotel just before he and his friend. Oh, well, that's great news. I hope I'll get to see my daddy again soon. Yeah, of course. You can see him 6 feet under. Haha. Sorry. Dr. Jonich Wilson. Who is this, Sholmes? So Iris, all that remains now is the greatest problems known to man. Ew. It looks like a Fire Emblem character. It looks like one of the characters from the new Fire Emblem game. Ow, my elbow. It's so grossly red. It's like Ronald McDonald. But before we concern ourselves with that, I believe some tea is in order, don't you, my dear fellows? I hate it. Is something wrong, Mr. Naruhodo? Do I have a crumb or such like on my face? Not so much on your face. As on your head, I'd say. Yeah, he definitely has crumbs on his head. Come along then, everyone. I brewed a lovely special blend. Time for tea. Whatever is going on here today? I don't know, but I don't like the energy here. In that case, let us sit and drink now. For I am, in fact, expecting a guest later today. Really? Do we have to stay? I don't want to see this hair. Let me examine. I don't think anything has changed here, but I'll investigate since it's been a while. I finally managed to remember this behemoth's name. The Great Analytoscope. Sure. I don't think it was here when I left for Japan, was it? Oh, is that right? Yes, because it was with the pawnbroker. Right, pawnbroker. That was a thing. Ah, of course. Oh, that's given me a wonderful idea. I could pawn everything that's on your desk. The office would be tidy at last. Don't even joke about it, Mrs. Sato. You are joking, aren't you? He wouldn't be able to get any work done if you pawn it off. This is Mrs. Sholmes' famous violin. The one he found being sold for a song at a pawnbrokery. What's it called again? A shoddy something. Oh yes, this wonderful instrument features in The Adventures of Herlock Sholmes. It's a world-famous Stradivarius. What? Stradivarius, Mr. Naruhodo. Are you even trying now? We'll come back to this another time, I think. I mean, yeah, you don't need to know it. It's not yours. Earth? There's all sorts of these on these shelves. Chemistry apparatus, books, papers, and lots of things I've never seen before. It's all heaped up so high. I can't help feeling that the whole lot is going to topple at any moment. It looks as though it might topple, and yet it doesn't. The epitome of Mr. Sholmes' brilliance. I don't get it. As it happens, I'm quite well practiced when it comes to stacking shelves myself. Just the other day, the shelf in my office finally gave way under the strain, though. It looks as though it might topple, and it does. Yes, the epitome of your disarray. I really don't get it. She's saying you suck. Duh. Oops, wrong button. How do I... This way. What's in the newspaper? Oh, something circled. This looks like last week's edition. What's that article circled in red ink there? It's in an advertisement column. It says, "To the Red-Headed League." What? To the Red-Headed League. The Red-Headed League? What's that? I don't know. I've never heard of it before, but... There's something on my face. Clearly this has something to do with that. Lively hair. Let's see what it is. It's probably have to do with those people that we saw before too. Alright, let me look at an advertisement from the newspaper that's entitled "To the Red-Headed League." On account of the bequest of the late Ezekiah Hopkins of Lebanon, Pennsylvania, USA, there is now another vacancy open which entitles a member of the league to a salary of £4 a week for purely nominal services. All red-headed men who are sound in body and mind and above the age of 21 years are eligible. Apply in person on the morning of the 31st at the large park on Lime Street. Get £4 per week if you're a redhead. A most fantastic money-making opportunity. So this advertisement is looking for red-headed people in Pennsylvania? Huh? I don't know. Whatever. I don't get it. We'll have to ask Sholmes about it later. Ooh, the mask? Is this the mask that Cosmo was wearing? I can't remember if there being dots on it or circles. It is. Why do we have it? Or why does Sholmes have it? The mask Cosmo wore when he was assigned to Lord Van Zeeks as his apprentice. When he cast it aside after the trial the other day, I just sort of picked it up. Oh, you picked it up. We ought to give it back to him, I suppose. But he has his memory back now, doesn't he? And I can't help feeling he might turn around and tell me coldly to wear it myself. Aww. But isn't he your best friend? Oh, so we're not gonna give it back to him? My eyes is always drawn to this big metal chest that Mr. Sholmes and Iris use as a coffee table. Isn't it where Iris keeps her very important papers? It is. So you'd think that they treat it with more care, really. But only the other day, I saw Mr. Sholmes kick it. Oh no! I suppose something must have been frustrating him. What a shame to mistreat the furniture, though. Was it damaged? The chest was fine, but Mr. Sholmes was doubled up on the floor for almost 10 minutes. Oh dear, that is a painful tale. Yeah, it looks like it could take a beating. It's fine. I do like this fireplace. It's one of the best things I've seen since we arrived in this country, in fact. Although, I do yearn for a Japanese kotatsu. Putting your legs under a warm blanketed table is so comforting. You'll be careful, Mr. Naruhodo. Don't mistakenly put your feet into the fire, will you? You'd suffer terrible burns, you know. Are we that... Did you think that we're that stupid that we would do that? I worry sometimes about how Susato-san sees me. She thinks you're a freaking dumbass. Ah yes, Mr. Sholmes' curious collections of trinkets from the various mysteries he solved. It's one of my favorite parts of this room, full of items with such exciting tales to tell. And I do believe he's added it to it since I last looked. Now there's a mysterious a mysterious pinchinez, whatever is that? A mysterious little box, a mysterious horseshoe, a mysterious biscuit. I think that last one might just be one of Iris's unfinished snacks. Iris's pretty little tea set is set out as beautifully as ever. Look. Well, it's only by carefully taking care of a tea set that you can make good tea. Is that a roundabout way of telling me I need to tidy my desk? Oh, Mr. Naruhodo, you do overthink things at time. But yes, you should fucking clean your damn desk. She would never say that. What's this? This blackboard is where Iris scribbles down her latest idea, isn't it? Let's see. Oh, she seems to have drawn a lot of little stick figures all lined up. Look. Cheap apples at the market is what all of them say. What? The little figures can speak? What? All your questions would be answered if only you would read this month's Rants magazine. So I'm the only one who can't make any sense of this. Oh, what? That was weird. If I remember correctly, this large and imposing lump of iron is called a typewriter. To think that every single one of the adventures of Herlock Sholmes blossomed from this very machine. Ah, it's such a dreamy thought. I actually had a go on it the other day. The metal bars that move when you hit the keys got all tangled up somehow, and that made Iris angry. How did you break? What? You can break typewriters like that? Mr. Naruhodo. You're ruining my dreamy thoughts. Please don't do that again. Ugh, now I've made Susato-san angry as well. Okay, I don't want to examine things anymore. Let's just do this last one. That's Iris's wonderful collection of medicines, potions, and chemicals. Just look at all the little bottles she squeezed onto the shelves. Yes, and there are charming little ribbons tied around the bottles, too. But the labels aren't quite so charming, are they? This one here reads, Deadly Poison. Oh, I've been so excited about the idea of helping Iris with her experiments, you know. Just try to avoid any bottles labeled Deadly Poison or highly explosive. Alright, I don't want to examine anymore. I want to get the story moving. I'm being so impatient. Usually I'm all about looking at everything. 2 visitors. Mr. Sholmes, who are the 2 gentlemen that were here before? So there were 2 boys, there were 2 guys, I mean. Couldn't tell. Oh, just a pair of petty criminals. Nothing of significance. Oh, what? Of course, they have to make a living somehow. And when the mood takes me, I'm willing to turn a blind eye to all matters of infractions. Huh? When the mood takes you? All matters of infractions. But when such fellows set their sights on Mr. Herlock Sholmes, well, that's when their luck runs out. Oh my! You were the target of a crime, Mr. Sholmes! But I quickly devised a plan to entrap them and deliver them to our young detective ally. You should have asked Gregson to come too. We could have had an arresting tea party. Is Gregson still here? I did send word, but no answer was forthcoming. Is he already gone? Oh no! That man is consummately in the wrong place at the wrong time. There's a word for it, I'm sure. Aha! I have it! A bungler. That's the word. Is it? It's a good job he's not here to hear you say that. So those redheads had been up to no good. I mean, they did say something about a heist earlier. I wonder what the men did. Greatest problem. What was that about the greatest problems known to man that you mentioned before?
Is it? Another fiendishly intricate case, Mr. Sholmes?
How should I best explain it? Are you aware of the theory of evolution by natural selection, perchance? Huh? Well, I think I've heard talk of it somewhere. Possibly.
It's a revolutionary scientific theory that was newly proposed 40 years ago now.
40 years ago, huh?
According to its author, Mr. Darwin, we humans were once apes who lived on the treetops.
Wait, what? We were apes? I have no idea what time our current setting takes place in. 40 years ago from this time. Indeed, and from the very moment those apes descended from the canopy to live as humans, it has been our lot to be at the mercy of the greatest problems known to man.
Our lot? What is this great problem, Mr. Sholmes?
Why, is it not obvious, my dear madame? The problem of rent! Homeboy can't pay for rent.
But did you not receive a rather large sum of money from Madame Dispel's only the other day?
Pshaw! A large sum! 1 potted herb for Iris and a new motor car for me later, and all of it has quite disappeared, I assure you. 1 potted herb? You bought a car?
Honestly, Hurley, you know you squandered it.
You bought a car? Yes, well, anyway, 2 days ago, I discovered the answer to man's greatest problems, for the coming month at least. And what was the answer? Why, there was a substantial clue. Before your very eyes. Oh, he wants to go and get that money, and that's why he dyed his hair red?
Don't tell me. Let me see.
Humans are sorry creatures, unable to see what is in front of their nose. Let me give you some assistance. Don't look, but observe me very closely. There is one particular feature about my person that has changed. You should notice it in the end, I think. In the end. His overdrawn eyebrow. It's been stabbing me in both eyes right from the very beginning of our conversation.
I think we might need another clue before we uncover the full answer, Mr. Naruhodo.
You mean a newspaper? Thanks for the hint. I'll be tearing my hair out if this charade goes on much longer. I have the maybe I have to present the newspaper. Anyway, let me do this. What lie? Mr. Sholmes, isn't it about time you told us the truth? Just over a week ago, you said to us, I will now tell you something of the first importance, my dear fellow. What is this? In regards to great detectives are wont to lie. It will serve you well to remember that. What? Oh, did he lie about the Cosma thing? Was that did he know about the Cosma? I don't know. That case abroad at the SS Buria in January. Oh, is it that? Cosmo wasn't killed. And you knew he wasn't dead at the time. Right, cause Holmes was the one who said that he was dead because he had checked his pulse or whatever the heck it was. So what was really going on? That fellow was unconscious for a very long time. If he hadn't regained consciousness when he did, his life would have been in mortal peril. Of course, a side effect of the prolonged comatose state was amnesia, as you now know. It was a simple enough task to silence the crew. Man, I wish we didn't have to talk to you like this with your red hair. It's so distracting. But how? After they carried him out of the cabin, I assembled them in the lobby area. And then I made them swear to leave him unconscious and have him unlaid from the ship in Hong Kong as a murdered corpse.
Oh, how horrible!
It was necessary to find some material with which to persuade the crewmen to keep their word, of course. But why? Why do it in the first place? Is it because Kazuma asked for it? I will be at liberty to elaborate in due course. But for the time being, I would like to reassure you. I didn't foresee subsequent events. What event? His disappearance in Hong Kong.
Oh!
I believe I may have made a gross error of judgment. Mrs. Sholmes. Just back to the cheery music. That's the end of that, I guess. Anyway, we have to figure out the whole redhead thing. Well, we know it, but... Was there anything else I could... Oh, I couldn't rotate it. Okay. Present. It looks as though someone circled an advertisement in this paper, Mr. Sholmes. To the Red-Headed League? Does that strike you in some way? I was thinking that just maybe it might be related to your bright red hair. So, at last you've learned to apply my methods, Mr. Naruhodo. Sorry? In the first instance, and quite indispensable, observation. Believe me, I could have seen that hair with my eyes shut. So then, allow me to regale you with the details of my latest exploits. Doesn't Iris make money from her stories and stuff when she sends it to the magazines? Where's that money go? Regale or boast? But I guess it's not up to her to be paying for rent. It's up to the grown-ass man, not the damn child. So what is the Red-Headed League, which seems to be the subject of the advertisement you've circled? You noticed it in the paper then? Yeah, I showed it to you. That, my dear fellow, was going to be the source of this month's rent payment. It was? How? According to the advertisement, the Red-Headed League is a distinguished institution of fellows of unspecified governance. In fact, the only condition for becoming a member is having red hair. That doesn't entirely surprise me.
But listen to what the lucky redheads received once they joined. An unconditional salary of £4 a week.
Interesting that they would question the fact that about the... I just realized they had made a big deal about those people that we just saw with red hair, but we have a girl in front of us that has pink hair, which is very bizarre. Is it not?
Oh my, £4 a week.
But why? What are they paying people for? That I don't know. No details are given in the advertisement.
But surely every red-headed person in the country would be flocking to join in that case. You're right, Susie. There's no time to lose. I'll put in my application at once.
Uh-oh.
So will I. Just on the off chance.
The off chance of what? That you grow red hair? That might be stretching a point, I think. I also don't know how much £4 is in this time.
The trouble is, they have a fixed number of members, you see.
Oh, I see. So once a certain number of people have joined, no one else can. But as luck would have it, one member recently passed away. Ew, is it? Oh, okay, so there... that person that passed away is from Pennsylvania. It's not that it takes place in Pennsylvania. This league is weird. You're getting people from all around the world?
It wasn't particularly lucky for the red-head in question, I feel, Mr. Sholmes.
So you decided to try to join in his place? Correct. I mean, look at me. Have you ever seen such a red-headed fellow? No. So why? Why did it have to go so wrong? What on earth happened? A blunder, Mr. Naruhodo. Though it pains me to admit it. Your blunder, your entire existence?
What did you actually do to your hair, Mr. Sholmes?
I'm glad you asked, Mrs. Sato. What you see atop of my head is neither dyed nor a hairpiece. Huh? I changed the color of my hair overnight. By the wonders of chemistry. Chemistry? What? I was conducting some research into a method of rejuvenating spent tea leaves. And in the course of my work, I stumbled upon a potion that, when taken, turns one's hair a flame-like red. Would you like to try it? It will make every hair on your body perfectly crimson. Oh, ew. I think I'll pass.
But, Mr. Sholmes, is it quite safe to drink? Surely it's bad for you, isn't it?
Ah, amateurs are always hampered by such fears.
Oh, I should never have doubted you, Mr. Sholmes. You mean to say?
But of course. To earn 4 pounds per week, one must be prepared to turn a blind eye to a little danger. Get the fuck. That degree of red signals more than just a little danger, surely.
So anyway, Herlock left full of confidence yesterday with his new red hair.
Yesterday? You're telling me that Ryunosuke and them haven't seen him since yesterday? Or didn't see him yesterday? Don't you guys see each other every day?
For the park on Lime Street where the red-headed leagues were interviewing prospective new members.
So what went wrong? The whole park was choked with red-headed folk, like a coaster's orange barrel. I queued for 8 hours solid before at last I reached the front. There's that much redheads here in London? But when the panel of interviewers saw me, they immediately said, "Ah, Mr. Herlock Sholmes, are you in disguise to conduct an investigation?" That's what you get for being so famous. So naturally, I had no choice but to reply. "Shh, don't give me away." After which, I could do little else but turn and leave. Then this morning, when I looked in the mirror, irritation stirred within me. So I turned that pair into the police. What? How did that what? How did that happen?
Oh dear, what a disaster for Herlock and those two redheads.
How did your events lead to those two getting arrested?
Mr. Sholmes, you mentioned before that you were expecting a guest today?
Indeed, Mr. Sato. That is correct. Not another one of those red-headed gentlemen that were here before? Not at all. They were petty villains. The guest I'm expecting is a client. Money.
Oh.
A young gentlewoman who wishes to appoint the services of this great detective, no less. Can you do something with her hair, please?
Oh, how wonderful, Mr. Sholmes.
You must stay and observe the fashion in which a great detective receives his customers. Must we? I have you in my clutches now, Rent! Just as I have you in my clutches, redheads! God. He is chaotic.
That hearty laugh is masking rather sinister thoughts, I feel. You know, the lady isn't due for another hour yet. Don't feel as though you must wait around if you have other things to do.
So we're gonna see a lady. I guess I'm done talking to you? Alright. Now what? Do I go visit... Oh, I have to visit Lord Strongheart? Alright, let's go. I don't even remember his... voice. Oh my god, Van Deeks! How did I completely forgot about him, even though we brought him up earlier. It's our boy, though. Look how short he is next to Strongheart. I forgot his voice. I mean, he didn't have a good voice either, I think. Here's the final draft of the opening address for tomorrow's proceedings. Whatever. I've supplemented your original with the figures you asked for from the yard. I see. Excellent work. Thank you. You're welcome, my lord. What's Lord Van Zeek's doing here?
My, there seems to be an awful lot of tension in the air, wouldn't you say?
What did they just say? Something about figures? Supplementing final Wait, no, here's the final draft of the opening address for tomorrow's proceedings. I've supplemented your originals with the figures you asked for from the yard. Whatever. I don't know. This place is stifling enough as it is. We really don't need any more tension. Oh god. Hi. My apologies. I didn't notice you come in. Your small stature and dark dress makes you all but invisible to me. Dark? I'm wearing a dress? Oh, no. It's entirely my fault for wearing black, I'm sure. I wish they had, like... You know, his alternative outfit is really cute and all. But if they're gonna constantly talk about the fact that we're wearing black, they should have just made it black instead of navy.
From now on, you must dress in white from head to toe whenever you come here.
No, I will do no such thing. Now then, Mr. Naruhodo. Whatever your voice is. Yes, my lord. I'm right here. Ugh, kill me now. Is something wrong? Perhaps it's a little too hot in here for you. Oh, no, not at all. I mean, I've never experienced a room at such a perfect temperature. If you're sure, the beads of sweat carving their way down your face seems to suggest otherwise. Because of the daggers staring at me with mainly. As you're no doubt aware, my International Forensic Science Symposium begins tomorrow. In fact, your father arrived in London earlier today, I hear, madame.
Oh, yes, that's right, my lord. He's extremely honored to have been invited.
I'll leave the remaining preparations for the meeting room in your capable hands then, Lord Van Zieks. I will attend at once. They both sound the same. Hi? Don't glare at me! What'd I do? I thought we were friends!
He gave you a very cold stare as you left, didn't he?
I know, but I haven't done anything. Have I? I don't know. What have you done? These past few days, my feet have barely touched the ground, I must say. What have you been sitting? Laying down? My dedicated right hand of many years were recently put out of action in a spectacular fashion. Ooh, right, you were friends with the Bayonetta lady. Courtney Siths or something? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Is your left hand still of service? Nice one. Good one! Especially because he was the one who put her away. Damn.
Mr. Naruhodo! He's talking about Dr. Sith!
Of course. I'm terribly sorry about that. I was just, Fear not. You've done nothing wrong. Dr. Sith's own wrongdoings precipitated the situation. You need to concern yourself with it any further. That would be a lot easier to do if it weren't for the piercing stare you've given me. Lord Van Zieks is doing an admirable job of holding the fort. Oh, he's become your new right-hand man? Though disturbingly, his apprentice has been missing since it. Where did Kazuma go? Oh? Missing?
Well, what's become of Kazuma-sama now?
Well, wait, that means we can't see him! How did he just go missing, and how were we just okay with it? No! Not long ago, visitor numbers to the Great Exhibition exceeded 30 million. 30 million? Are there even that many people in the world? Oh, he's so close-minded.
As a comparison, Mr. Naruhodo, the population of the imperial capital Tokyo is 2 million.
I will be opening the International Forensic Science Symposium, the exhibition's main auditorium. This event has been 2 years in the making. 2 years of preparations and negotiations with other countries. It sounds like a tremendous achievement. Congratulations. The 20th century will see the wholesale adoption of forensic investigation techniques, and cooperation between policing organizations around the globe will be essential. Which is why this landmark first symposium had to be hosted here at the heart of our great British Empire. I'm tired. In order that Scotland Yard can become the leading investigative organization in the New World. If you say so. He's the same as ever, I see. That passion of his is quite something.
You're every bit as passionate in your own way. I'm sure, Mr. Naruhodo.
It's okay, you don't need to gas me up at a time like this. I'm the only person in this country who truly cares about a future that embraces forensic science. It was my intention to become Her Majesty's Attorney General and reform the yard from the ground up. So the disgrace of the forensic investigation team has been a bitter blow to my ambitions. Oh right, because that whole team was in on it, right? The whole cover-up? I first established the forensic investigation team a year ago, experimentally to start with. With Dr. Sid at the helm, it was steadily accruing an impressive record of achievements. I was on the verge of changing its name and elevating its status to a full-blown forensic investigation department. And can you not do that now? Obviously. Nobody wants to hear anything about it at the moment. Even I can't keep this story out of the papers. 6 million Londoners will be cursing forensic science now. Well, you just hired a bad person. You need to hire someone that's more, honest. This incident will set back our country's advancements in a field by a good 10 years, I'd say. Unintended repercussions of at our trial.
We simply couldn't have overlooked what had happened, though.
Of course not. We should all be grateful to you both. Anyway, I'll still reform this country's policing when I become Attorney General. This might delay my plan, but it won't alter them. Nothing will stand in my way.
Except me, I'm gonna stand there on purpose.
About Lord Van Ziek's apprentice. Ah yes, that came as a surprise to me, I must say. That you and he are old friends. How did he become an apprentice to Lord Van Ziek's in the first place? Came about 3 months ago. An unidentified Asian man was apprehended by border police. My man made his way from Hong Kong all the way over here on his own? They found him hiding aboard a large goods vessel. Okay, that's why. Wait, even though he was amnesic, he knew to stow away and come here? Are you sure he was amnesic?
Oh my, so he stowed away to get here.
He had no papers to identify him, no passport, and he was suffering from amnesia too. Other than the fact he was clearly of Eastern descent, there were no clues as to who he was. So I decided to assign him to Lord Van Ziek's. That way, I could keep an eye on him. Why didn't you just throw him in prison, or send him back to Japan, or send him back to Asia or somewhere? Huh? But then, why the mask? I didn't want to burden Lord Van Ziek's with tiresome explanations about why he had an Eastern apprentice. Because it would be so much easier to explain why he was wearing a mask. He's proving to be a great help. He's proving to be a great help to Lord Van Ziek's. I have high hopes for his future. Except that he's missing now? By the way, do you know where he's gone? No idea. But I believe he's left London for the time being. Eh? What?
Oh.
I take it you also didn't know. That the man's father is one of our country's most infamous criminals, I mean. Genshin Asogi. Shin! Oh wait, did we know about that already? From the first game, the Morse code? No. Morse code? What was it? There was some sort of like code or something. Was it Morse? I don't remember what it was. Something about a code that like Iris had deciphered or something, and one of them, it was a bunch of names, and one of the names was Shin, I think. What we learned from that trial 8 days ago was a huge shock. Finding out my friend's father was... Ah yes, Genshin Asogi. That Professor Case 10 years ago caused a great stir here in Britain.
They were such awful murders, and unprecedented. Using a ferocious dog as a murder weapon.
Huh? Dog? And no one would have believed the culprit was a foreign student invited to study here by the government. Dog? Huh? Was there always talks of a dog in this case? But the true identity of the killer couldn't be made public then, and can't be made public now. Nobody in your country knows it was him, and neither do the citizens of London.
The main motivation was to avoid aggravating relations between our two nations at the time, I understand.
Correct. However, it has to be noted that there were some supporters of the professor's apparent cause. What? Supporters of a mass murderer? The majority of the man's victims were a blight on the aristocracy of the day. Somewhat ironically, their deaths actually benefited society as a whole. Or so a fair few thinkers in London believed, anyway. Right, I see. But it was still murder, wasn't it?
It seems very similar, doesn't it? To the idea of the Reaper of the Bailey.
I'm like too brain dead to even put anything together. What? Oh, what? You're not gonna... Do I have to present something to you? Do I have to present... Do you care about this? Here you go. Could I show you this advertisement? I'm the Lord Chief Justice. I'm not here to offer advice about evidence. Okay. Especially when the evidence in question is so dull. So that's the real reason. You don't wanna... Huh? What am I doing? I'm done talking to you, right? Do I have to examine? Just sitting behind that desk must make you feel so important, don't you think?
Would you like to have an office like this, Mr. Naruhodo? With such a grand desk?
Who, me? No, I don't think so.
Oh?
Well, imagine if you suddenly found yourself needing a toilet. You'd have to go so far.
How true. Perhaps the important people who work in ostentatious office like this haven't considered such a thing.
I'm going to take that as a compliment. What am I doing here? Am I done talking to you? I don't feel like examining the room, so I'm not going to. I guess I'm done talking to you? It felt like there was more to that conversation. Bye. Nothing here. Makes sense. Going back home. Nothing. Oops, I don't want to talk to you. I don't... Huh? Going back to Holmes' place?